Windows 12 does not officially exist. There has been no announcement, no keynote, no teaser trailer, no polished demo designed to excite the public. And yet, the idea of Windows 12 is already shaping the future of personal computing, not because of what Microsoft has shown, but because of what users are desperately hoping it will fix: performance complaints, hardware restrictions, forced updates, privacy concerns, a growing feeling that Windows is no longer built for the people who use it every day. And while Microsoft stays silent, something far more important is happening quietly without hype or marketing campaigns. Linux, once considered a niche operating system for developers and enthusiasts, is no longer trying to catch up. In many ways, it is already moving ahead. For decades, Windows was not just an operating system. It was the operating system. Buying a computer meant buying Windows. Schools taught it. Offices standardized on it. Software vendors built for it first and often exclusively. Even when users were frustrated, even when crashes and slowdowns were common, Windows remained the default because there was no realistic alternative. Linux existed, but mostly out of sight, running servers, powering infrastructure, and supporting developers, not everyday users. That separation shaped the industry for years. But that separation is now collapsing. The shift did not begin with Windows 11, but Windows 11 exposed it. When Microsoft announced strict hardware requirements, millions of perfectly functional computers were instantly excluded. Machines that handled everyday tasks effortlessly were suddenly labeled incompatible. Users were told their systems were too old, not because of performance, but because of missing security modules and artificial cutoffs. This was the first time many users felt something fundamental had changed. Windows was no longer evolving alongside them. It was leaving them behind. Then came the announcement that Windows 10 would reach the end of support. A deadline was set. The countdown began. Hundreds of millions of users were told they had limited choices. Upgrade to Windows 11, even if your hardware wasn't officially supported, pay for extended security updates, or continue using an operating system that would slowly become unsafe. Microsoft framed this as progress. Many users experienced it as abandonment. And that moment changed everything. For the first time, large numbers of everyday users began to seriously ask a question that had once seemed unthinkable. What if Windows wasn't the only option? What if there was something better? Something lighter? Something more respectful? Something that didn't treat perfectly good hardware as disposable? This is where Linux entered the conversation in a completely new way. Modern Linux distributions are not what most people imagine when they hear the word Linux. They are not black terminal screens filled with cryptic commands. They are polished, visually refined, and surprisingly easy to use. Installation is often faster than Windows. Updates are cleaner, performance is smoother, and most importantly, Linux does not punish users for owning older hardware. A laptop considered obsolete by Microsoft can feel fast and responsive again under Linux. That experience alone has changed countless minds. Linux does not wait for a future version to fix today's problems. It evolves constantly. Improvements arrive quietly through updates, not dramatic releases. There is no artificial pressure to upgrade, no forced migrations, no looming deadlines. The operating system adapts to the user, not the other way around. That philosophy is fundamentally different from Microsoft's approach, and it resonates deeply in a time when people are exhausted by constant disruption. Control is one of the most important reasons Linux is gaining momentum. Over the years, Windows has steadily moved toward a model where the operating system serves Microsoft's ecosystem first. Mandatory online accounts, background telemetry, forced updates that reboot systems without warning, pre-installed applications that users never asked for. Individually, these changes might seem manageable. Together, they fundamentally change the relationship between user and computer. The system no longer feels owned. It feels managed. Linux restores that sense of ownership. Updates happen when the user chooses. Applications are installed intentionally. Nothing runs in the background without permission. System behavior can be customized, adjusted, or completely redesigned. This transparency builds trust, and once users experience it, going back becomes difficult. Performance tells the same story. Linux systems are typically leaner, with fewer background processes competing for resources. On identical hardware, Linux often boots faster, uses less memory, and feels more responsive than Windows. Battery life is often better. funds easing less systems feel calmer. This efficiency is not accidental. Linux is modular by design. Components can be added or removed depending on what the user actually needs. Customization pushes this advantage even further. Windows offers limited personalization. Linux offers choice at every level. Users can select entire desktop environments built around different philosophies. Some prioritize elegance and animations. Others focus on speed and minimalism. Some replicate familiar Windows layouts to ease the transition. Others introduce entirely new workflows that feel more productive once learned. The key difference is freedom. Users are not locked into a single vision decided by a corporation. Gaming, long considered Linux's greatest weakness, has undergone a dramatic transformation. Thanks to compatibility layers and industry investment, thousands of Windows-only games now run on Linux with little or no configuration. Performance is often comparable and sometimes better. The success of Linux-based gaming platforms proved that Linux is not just capable, but viable at scale. This was not achieved through marketing promises. It was achieved through results. Behind the scenes, Linux already dominates the most important parts of modern computing. Servers, cloud platforms, supercomputers, and development environments rely on Linux. Most of the internet runs on it. This matters because it shapes where innovation happens first. When software is built with Linux in mind at the infrastructure level, desktop compatibility follows naturally. Windows increasingly feels like a consumer layer built on top of technologies Linux already provides. This context makes Windows 12 rumors, especially revealing the features people hope Windows 12 will introduce: better performance, modular design. Smarter automation, more control are not futuristic ideas. They are already standard in Linux distributions. If Windows 12 focuses heavily on artificial intelligence, it raises new questions about data collection and privacy. If it leans further into cloud dependency, it risks alienating users who want offline reliability. If it tightens hardware requirements, again, it may accelerate the very migration Microsoft is trying to prevent. Linux does not promise perfection, it offers honesty. Problems are visible, development is open, decisions are debated publicly. There is no illusion that one company has all the answers. That openness resonates in an era where users are increasingly skeptical of closed platforms and corporate narratives. The most important shift happening right now cannot be measured in market share alone. It is a shift in mindset. Linux is no longer seen as a backup plan. It is being evaluated as a first choice. Windows is no longer assumed to be the default. That psychological shift is powerful, and it cannot be reversed by a single operating system release. No matter how polished, Windows 12 may arrive with a sleek interface, impressive AI demonstrations, and bold promises. It may solve many of the problems users are frustrated with today. But it will enter a world where users have already experienced an alternative. A world where control, performance, privacy, and choice are not future promises, but present realities. Waiting for Windows 12 assumes that the future of computing must come from Microsoft. Linux challenges that assumption by showing that the future is already here, evolving quietly, driven by communities rather than corporations. And once users realize that, waiting becomes unnecessary. This is not the end of Windows, but it may be the end of Windows as the unquestioned center of personal computing. And that story is far bigger than any rumor, leak, or version number. It is the story of users reclaiming control, of open systems closing the gap, and of a silent shift that is already reshaping how the world computes. And by the time Windows 12 finally arrives, many users may no longer be waiting.